It's almost nighttime. There's still a lot of work left. Mosquitoes are already coming out. I'm screwed. Let's go, we're free. Thank God. Guys, after an all day working on the Supra, now I gotta walk the dog. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. There he comes, there he comes. Race family. Guys, I hope you guys are all having an incredible day. I'm back with another video and one with a lot of work ahead of me. I got the Supra here, like you can see. I pulled my little awning out. We are 3 days after Florida 2K 2022. I've already sourced the head. I've already taken the cylinder head down to Chris from Porting Solutions. The next step is I gotta pull this motor to get it ready to take to Jay over at Real Street. You guys would have seen in the videos, we feel we hurt some valves on cylinder 2. I damaged the spark plug on cylinder 2. So we have very little time before World Cup. We got about 2.5 weeks before World Cup. So I got to get this thing ready and turned around in a hurry. This is my good neighbor right here. 81 years old. He always comes over to say hello and help out. What's up, Roberts?
I want to know what happened.
You want to know what happened at the race?
I think he won it.
You think I won?
I'm pulling for you, bud. Now I'm redneck pulling for you.
You are the man. We had an awesome time.
Pretty, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. We had an awesome time. We went
I seen you. Huh?
after our second qualifier. We were qualified 5th fastest out of 100 cars.
No.
We were number 5 out of 100.
Got him.
After our second run. We went
100 cars.
100 cars.
Oh, 100.
100 cars. We went 7.4 at 190 miles an hour.
I seen this and I thought that you won it.
No, I own this. I've had this before.
Oh man, I like that.
Yeah, I opened it now because I think it's gonna rain a little later today, and I got a lot of work ahead of me, guys. So really quickly,
Get ready for where, Maryland?
Maryland in 2 weeks. You see, he follows up with us. Yeah, in 2.5 weeks, so I have a lot of work ahead of me.
This thing's beautiful. Beautiful.
Guys, I gifted Roberts this Ford hat. He's a big Ford enthusiast. I've given him a few Ford hats. He's always wearing them. All right, so where was that?
He's got an antique sitting over at the house.
He's got an antique at his house. All right, guys, so I wanted to talk about how the car got this far in the first place. I always talked about the car remaining a street car, and in a sense it is. There's still an alternator, a radiator. There's still no cement in the block. I mean, it's still the car you guys are accustomed to. Really the biggest changes I made to it now is pulling the factory doors, and I no longer have powered windows. Taking the AC out, but keep in mind I kept everything under the dash stock. All my heater core, all my AC stuff related to the AC under the dash is all still there. I just don't have a condenser, a compressor, and the lines, and I could always put that stuff back in. But I'll disclose why I'm making these changes, and truthfully, I love this version of my car. This is the very best version of my car that the one I've loved the most. And the reason for all that, guys, back when I was younger, I used to enjoy street racing. If there was a street race at 1, 2 in the morning, I was there. I used to enjoy racing bikes on the highway, street racing. I used to enjoy going to car shows. That stuff, I don't see myself ever street racing again. With kids at home, I will never leave my house at midnight to go meet up with a bunch of guys in a parking lot and go do shenanigans late at night. I'm not into that anymore. I've grown up, I've matured. I won't do it, it's not happening. I don't care who's there to race me, I'm not going. It's not something I'm into. Car shows, I would go to car shows just to be around other gearheads, just to show off the car, meet other enthusiasts, grow the race family. That's all I would ever go for. But truthfully, car shows are too boring for me. It's not the pace that I like. I like being at the racetrack. If I win, oh, he's gonna hit the door. Okay, thank God. I thought he was gonna slam the door on that pipe. Guys, if I win, blow up, fail, it doesn't matter. Every time I go to the track, I learn something new and I keep growing our program. This time around we had some failures that could have very easily been avoided, but that's racing. I'm not at all upset. As I look at this car, I am head over heels. I can't believe it's came this far. I love this version of it, and the reason I've made some of these changes is, like I said, I don't care about street racing. I don't care about car shows. I really enjoy going to the drag strips, taking my bus, my trailer, now my golf cart, my awning, my family, and we just have an awesome time. I've little by little acquired all the conveniences, all the toys to make our track experiences that much better. So all I really care about is going to the track. I always do want to stay in the street car classes, so I won't be cutting up the car and doing a 3/4 chassis or doing a big tire. The classes we race in, they're all X275 tires, the Mickey Thompson Pro, so that tire there, factory. The carbon stuff, they don't mind. You can do that stuff to shave weight, but you need factory quarter panels, you need a factory dash. There's certain rules we comply by. Registration and insurance, this car's always going to stay registered. There's things like that I always want to stay in that class. But the fact that I've pushed it maybe a little further than some of you guys may have expected, listen, I'm all for it. Track's what I'm enjoying the most, and I wanted to give myself the best possible chances. Before, I always had the big brakes. You know what? We got drag brakes now. I didn't need big brakes, and I got a parachute sticking out the back. I moved I did the hood exit exhaust. Even I used to consider that kind of race car-ish back in the day, but you know what? I'd rather see if there's an engine failure or see it right in front of me. This saves the most weight. I'm not a fan of going through the quarter panel or whatever this is, the fender. I'm not a fan of going through the fender and cutting that up. I'd rather cut the hood up, and that's why I did the carbon hood, just to cut that guy and go straight up. But anyhow, I just wanted to kind of, for those that keep asking or saying that the car may not be as relatable, things like that, guys, this is just what I've matured into. This is what I feel is the best direction to go in. I'm enjoying being at the track with my family, and at this event that we were at, there were some people that turned their cars down a little bit to fall into some of the slower classes to race against slower cars. I never want to do that. I don't care if I get dragged by the people with the biggest teams, biggest bank accounts, by the fastest cars. I just always want to go out there and give my car its all. There's a lot of things that I'm changing. Just from the short weekend, I learned a bunch. Well, let's pull the motor today, but stay tuned to other videos. We're going to visit Jay from Real Street. We're going to visit Jason at ATF Speed, make some tweaks to the transmission, ideas that we mutually have. We spoke yesterday on the phone for a while. I've contacted Precision Turbo. There's changes I'm making to the turbo. So I'm going to come out with a different turbo, changes to the transmissions, changes to the engine. There's lots of things I want to tweak around just from what I learned this weekend. So Maryland, I feel like we're going to come with a good car to compete. So stay tuned, guys. All right, no more talking. I got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. I just pulled the turbo and it does not look good. This sucker is toast. Jesus, I've never hurt a turbo before. I've never hurt an engine before. This was some pretty big damage. All right, I was already in talks regardless with Precision to get a new turbine wheel. This is the XPR 88 108. I wanted to go down to the XPR 88 103, as well as make an AR change for the back. So all this stuff was going to get changed regardless. But man, look at that. We chewed that thing up. I don't know if that's the piece of spark plug that maybe shot out through the exhaust, or I don't know, maybe there's more damage inside the motor than we really know. But nonetheless, it went out the exhaust and the turbo ate it. Look at that, guys. It is cooked.
What's up, Wiz family?
Show them what you got. Show them what you got. What are you playing with?
A yo-yo.
All right.
It just came in.
Who brought it for you?
Amazon.
Amazon. You love Amazon, huh?
Yeah. Guys, look at this.
You gotta throw fast. Not like this, but like this. It comes up fast. All right, guys. I just removed the intake manifold. And there's like little pieces of something in there. Let's see. There's a few pieces, honestly. All right. It's not look good. It's not spark plug. I don't know what that is. All right, guys, time for a lunch break. It's almost nighttime. There's still a lot of work left. Mosquitoes are already coming out. I'm screwed. All right, you gotta get to it. right, guys, after a long day, the motor is just about to come out. I guess I'll stop the time lapse and you guys will witness me pulling this sucker out. Once it comes out, there's still work I have to do. I still have to take the header off. I still gotta get the transmission off. I still gotta load it on the trailer, clean up all this mess. And tomorrow, wake up really early to get this thing over to Jay as early as possible in the morning. So let's get to it. All right, guys, you just got to clear that oil pan and we are free. Let me see. I got a little more to give here. Last time I was working with this leveling thing, I stuck the impact gun on it and this thing went flying. So I don't really even trust it. I'm turning it little by little now. I'm afraid this crap's gonna collapse and all this is gonna land on top of the car. Damn, we still gotta go significantly higher. Let's go, we're free. Thank God. All right, guys, I'm working on converter bolts. Gotta get all the converter bolts loosened up, then I can undo the bell housing and it'll all slide right out. Done. Wow. Starter's out. Adapter plate is out. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Jay from Real Street Performance.
What's up, guys? Pedro, BalticSupraRacing.
Today we are looking at the engine that Pedro heard at FL2K 2022. There's a hole in the cylinder head now that wasn't there before, and
Here's the play-by-play. This happened last week. I didn't post nothing about it because I wanted to tear into the car, and I did that in a hurry. Got back from Florida 2K, pulled the motor, brought it right to my 2JZ doctor as soon as I could. Now that he's torn into it and I'm looking at how bad it is, we can disclose how I believe this was caused. Here on the table we have a demonstration of turbo sizes. One that should not belong in a Supra, one that I ran for a long time, and the guy who caused this damage.
well, cause may be the wrong word.
So anyhow,
Partner in crime. This is only his first time with this level of problem.
I've never had any carnage.
Right.
We tear into motors just to see how things are living, and we piece them back together. I've never heard an engine. I've never heard a turbo. I did all of it this time around.
But this is